something that we get pretty excited about, where we can show children what business is all about so that they can decide, maybe I want to do that, or maybe I don't want to do that, but at least learn about that at an early age and empower them to kind of make their own decisions and be independent.
Yeah, and I know in my book I kind of talked about kids and how school, and again I'm a product of public schools as well. But one thing that I felt is wrong with the way that they teach kids, it's just we almost teach kids in public school to fear failure and to try and be perfect. And that's why when I heard about this and what you were doing, I loved it, because I love the idea of celebrating failure and not feeling, having someone feel really guilty if they didn't get an exact 100% on a test. It's more about the learning process and not about the product. So really excited about that. And obviously I think there's going to be a lot of people in Springfield as well. I also,
Yeah.
you mentioned something about older students teaching younger students. And it's interesting because my dad, I know he told me growing up, and he still talks about this. When he was younger, he played a lot of baseball, and this is, aside from school. But he said one of the things that helped him the most was playing baseball or basketball with older kids, and being able to, like, he has or he had to raise to their level in order to compete with them. And he said that above anything made him better. And I think that's the same way in school too. But I think that these kids, and I'm interested to hear you talk about this too. But older kids have to almost choose to be a mentor to these younger kids. How is Acton going about doing that to facilitate that within the schoolhouse?
It is really celebrated and encouraged, and we have running partners that will be established with the learners. So, it, with regard to, there's not a lot of dictating of what to do with Acton, and the model is very hands off in that regard. But highly encourage teamwork, highly encourage group project work, and the natural leaders will step up and help. And one way that happens, and the one way that is facilitated, is we have a guide who is an adult in the classroom, and that's what we refer to them at. Typically, it's a teacher. But one of the rules of being a guide is, we guides don't answer questions and provide definitive statements. We direct and redirect and ask questions to encourage the learner to independently figure out what they may want to struggle with. Well, have you asked a friend? Have you gone and asked someone who's already done this before? Have you Googled it? Have you looked it up? Like, what are the different things you've done to try to find the answer before going to the guide, to really encourage that self-discovery process, and try to foster a love of lifelong learning, because really being able to understand and grow, like, and build confidence without an adult intervening is so powerful for a young learner. And we have our oldest is 7, and getting to practice this at home and watch them, like, blossom and like get the confidence from trying it not working. Let's try again tomorrow. You did a great job, whether it's a Lego Technic set or whatever. It's so powerful for them, and they feel empowered, and then they begin their own independent journey from there.